A catfight between a real housewife and a teen heartthrob. An NBA legend brought to tears. And celebrity Big Brother making headlines in the world of politics. All this, and it's only night 3. Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother.
Previously on Celebrity Big Brother. 11 famous faces began the battle for $250,000.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I was so happy to see Meta World Peace. Then Chuck Liddell walks in, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. These are two of the strongest human beings on Earth, and I'm going to compete with them.
It wasn't long before Shannon and Omarosa ignited a female alliance.
Seriously, for the first time in like Big Brother history, women should work together. So good.
And it quickly caught fire with the rest of the women.
Oh my God, am I teaming up with Omarosa? This is totally insane. But I would rather team up with her than have her against me.
With the inaugural head of household on the line, the celebrities went for a spin. And it all came down to James and Shannon competing for top billing.
Come on, James.
But it was the American Pie princess who brought home the victory for her alliance.
I just won the first HOH!
Before the dust settled, Julie introduced a new game twist.
Some of you are holding bags that contain the latest Big Brother swag, but others are holding bags that contain a new power.
And she revealed Shannon's reign might be short-lived.
The recast power allows you to overthrow the current HOH and take over the role of head of household.
Whoa!
Without knowing the contents of their bags, the house guests learned more about the recast power.
The first house guest to enter the diary room and declare that they want to open their gift bag will get to open it and reveal what's inside at the next nomination ceremony. If your gift bag contains the power to recast the head of household, you'll immediately take over the role of HOH, and you must make your nominations on the spot.
Looking to strengthen their ranks, Shannon recruited Ross.
I think bringing Ross in with the girls could be really good because he would be a spy for us.
While the rest of the guys began to realize they were seriously outnumbered.
They are emasculating all of us. It's gonna be 2 of us on the block sitting here at this table.
With her alliance targeting James,
If I don't take this opportunity to get him out of the house now, I may never have this chance again.
Shannon gave the guys a false sense of security so they wouldn't open their gift bags.
I will promise to keep you safe. I ask that for that you don't open the bag this week. Nobody's planning on opening the gift bag combination.
I honestly don't want to wear a stupid costume. Like,
But when the time came, Chuck threw his hat in the ring.
I'm playing for the long game, and I could really use the recast right now. The bag's a risk, but I'm a go hard or go home kind of guy.
Hoping to keep Chuck from getting the power, Ross and the ladies followed suit.
Red alert! Since Chuck is going in, the girls and I have to line up to use our bags.
So a random draw determined who would get to open their bag.
Anyone who declared they want to open their bag also drew a colored chip.
It's red.
I'll now draw a colored chip, and if I reveal your color, you will earn the right to open your gift bag at the nomination ceremony. Orange.
At the nomination ceremony, the gift bag opener was revealed,
I've earned my right to open my gift bag at this nomination ceremony.
making Keisha the new head of household.
Recast.
And Rudy put on her big girl pants for her nominations.
I've nominated you, James, and you, Chuck, simply because you are 2 of the best in the house.
Tonight, the opening ceremonies of Celebrity Big Brother continue. Will the veto save either Chuck or James? And one celebrity's game comes to an end at the live eviction. Plus, cracks in the 7-person alliance threaten to tear the power players apart.
Omarosa bulldozes, and they're afraid of her already? I'm not. She's my bitch.
All this live on a special 2-hour Celebrity Big Brother.
What is he going to tweet next?
and welcome to Celebrity Big Brother. Just days ago, 11 celebrities moved into the Big Brother house, but tonight, one of them will become famous for being the first sent home. That's right, it's our first live eviction of the season. From the moment they moved into the Big Brother house, the women secretly declared war against the men, winning head of household and strategizing to control the recast power. But there's a lot of game to be played tonight. With the power of veto on the line and the first eviction looming, can an alliance formed on the first night withstand the pressures of Big Brother? We'll soon find out. But first, after winning the recast power, Keisha took over as head of household and immediately targeted 2 strong men. Battle lines have been drawn.
This nomination ceremony is adjourned.
Wow. Blown up.
Keisha nominates me. I'm a little pissed. You put me up for just about no reason. I'm gonna do my best not to take it personally, but I won't forgive you, and I won't forget, and I'm gonna stay in this house, and this is gonna be fun.
Well, one of us got to win the veto, and
Another one's got a petition.
yep.
I'm pissed. I'm on the block. I went for the bag. I think the guys, we needed it, but I couldn't get them to back me up and come in too. I'm just gonna knock out this veto competition and get back in the game.
You did a wonderful job.
We're feeling good because we have 2 guys on the other side of the house on the block. So now we need to make sure someone from our alliance wins the power of veto, because if somebody else wins it, they could take a nominee off the block, and that could be a whole lot of mess.
Now I am prime target number 1.
I'm happy to be HOH because it's a big win for the girls. Chuck is a big MMA fighter, but James is my target because he's the least likely to work with me or the rest of the alliance.
I'm just doing the taco meat. I think it's time for James to go. I think his ego is just too big for this little house. I can't live with him and he needs to leave.
But if I win this veto, everybody.
Right.
When I say it's not personal, that is from absolute truth and honesty. So when you went for the bag, I was just like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. And had no one gone for the bag, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah, but I don't know that the names would have been different coming from Shannon.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, she's a good poker player, and she's good at planting, obviously planting seeds in other people's heads.
Okay, well, fair enough. Yay! You did it! You saved us!
Thank you guys for having my back
Yeah.
with the gift bags and stuff. Thank you for doing it. I really, really, really appreciate you guys.
It was all of that. That was what we had to do because we couldn't let them get it. I'm sorry. Can I say this? I'm HOH now. He hasn't said anything to me. Ultimately, our end game is they're both gonna go, but I would like James to go home first.
Everybody is 100% on that, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you. The women have total control over the game. Now we just have to execute our plan, which is to take each of the guys out, one by one. The boys should be very, very worried.
At the end of the day, if it's gonna be all girls, everyone's gonna have to go.
Absolutely.
And I still think
We
that
still take
James
out,
would be
yes.
the best to
100%.
take out.
That's a great. That's
So-
great. Totally. If we don't take the shot that we have at him now, he could just start winning HOHs and vetoes, and the next thing you know, he's broken up all the girls. We are all gonna go for that veto. Like,
Just win it.
just win it.
Week 1, technically, shared HOH is going to be successful.
How you doing?
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Listen, keep your cool because I don't think it's as bad as you think.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Just
I'm
don't,
actually excited to work out.
don't get verbally upset at people.
I know I'm going to be a threat to people.
Everyone's
want people
mad
to trust
at Chuck
my
right
word.
now for going for that back. So
I
let him
get
be
it.
mad at Chuck. I'm telling James to lay low because I don't want him to think he's the target, and maybe he won't gun so hard for the veto, and then we can take him out.
What's up, bud? What's up, bro? Where's Chuck, man?
Is he in the gym?
I think he's going into beast mode, man.
Yeah?
My man's gonna get some vengeance is mine. I wish I could read him a little better. He's hard to read, you know?
Yeah.
I still think he's mad at me too, because he was ultimately right about us maybe all going for the bags.
It probably would have been better odds, would have changed the game maybe.
I didn't want to use my gift bag because I'd made a deal with Shannon that I wouldn't do it. I thought it might be a little early to blow up the house. Chuck had no problem grabbing the gift bag, and boom! He's up on the block.
If you win the veto, dude, you're back in the game without pissing anybody off, and people owe you favors.
Mm-hmm.
What if I got the veto?
If you were to use it on me, you're still safe. You can't be picked after that.
I'm telling you, I'd use it on you.
You would?
Yeah, there's
I
no doubt
appreciate
about
that.
it.
I tell James, look, bro, if I win power of veto, I will use it on you. I mean, he's young, he's strong, he's determined, and I thought going forward in this sort of guys alliance, he'd be a very valuable member to that team.
That's my word.
How are you? Good. I thought I heard human beings.
Oh, yes. I slept well.
I wanted to talk to you about our 7-person alliance. And in the history of Big Brother, 7-people alliances don't usually last very long. So I wanted to talk to you about doing a separate BGM.
I know what that is, and I'm down.
BGM means Black Girl Magic. African American women have always celebrated their talents and their gifts, the very unique contributions that we make to all areas, fields, and industries. And so Black Girl Magic is coming together and making big things happen.
First of all, I've never seen 2 BGMs on Big Brother. So.
Neither. And 2 that actually will get along.
I really like Shannon. And she's playing a fantastic game. But I was thinking, once it gets down to the women, then what?
Yeah.
Could we make history and there be an all BGM fight finale?
So Shannon and I have a key alliance, but Shannon's made herself a really big target. So it's important for me to set up a side alliance with Keisha.
I think they're gonna be able to pit us against each other.
Never. Just want you to think about that.
There's nothing to think about. Let's do this. We're good.
Solid.
The back shot.
Hey guys, it's time to pick players for the veto competition.
There we go.
Only 6 people will participate in the veto competition. The head of household, the 2 nominees, and 3 other players selected by random draw. Will the nominees please join me up here? It is so incredibly important for our alliance to have all of the power this week, to pick the strongest players so that we can maintain power and win this veto. I, as head of household, and the 2 nominees will each pull a chip out of the box to determine the 3 other players competing in the veto competition. As HOH, I will pick first. House guest choice. I picked Shannon.
Keisha picks me to play and I'm super excited. We have to play really hard for this veto because we need to keep it out of the boys' hands and keep the nominations the way we want them.
I'm hoping that I draw Mark because that's one more chance I have of winning the veto since he promised to use it on me. So, fingers crossed, here we go.
Ariadna.
I knew it. You said it right.
Mark.
Boom, my name comes out. Mark, couldn't be more excited for my boy James, man. I gotta pull him off. It's for my game.
I also have to choose a host for the veto competition.
I want to host.
Ross, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And I choose Omarosa. Big Brother will inform us when the competition is to begin. Good luck.
I wanted to play.
In this competition, if you received a veto, who would you save?
It's a tough one for me. I'd probably be leaning more towards James right now.
Okay, why, for your long term, do you feel that if James was here that he would save you?
Yeah, I'm here for myself, so I don't know.
Who do you feel that you would have a better chance of beating in a competition?
I think they both could beat me at most of the competitions, to be honest with you. I don't have a solid answer for that.
Okay, let's think if there's anything that I could do to kind of help your decision.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Keisha.
No, thank you.
In this game, you need all the information you can get. Mark had said previously that he would work with us, and now he's singing a completely different tune. I have no problem blowing up his game.
Can I try your hand thingy?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I don't know how to do it though.
Oh, I'd say.
I need to go check in with Chuck, and I really need to feel him out, see where he is. I'm making sure that Chuck has a little bit extra inspiration to play hard, because we cannot take our main target, James, off the block.
What is your relationship with Mark? If Mark was to get it, who would he save? Would he save you, or would he save James?
I don't think he would save me, so.
Really?
Try to win it, and I don't have to worry about it.
I need you to fight like hell to win this competition today.
I am going to.
We were hoping to get a little kumbaya before the veto. We were hoping to get a little meeting.
Okay. I talked to Mark a little bit, and he was kind of like, if he got it, that he was going to do it to James. I feel like, you know, right now, what has to happen is the veto competition. We just got to fight like hell to win.
Yep.
Up next, we'll check in with the house guests live and give them some news from the outside world. Then, the celebrities battle in their very first veto competition. Our house guests have been sequestered for almost 2 weeks now, which means they have missed out on a lot of news. Let's let them in on a few headlines. Hello, house guests. And welcome to your first live eviction night. So, how's everyone doing locked away inside the Big Brother house?
That's weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
Very odd.
Okay, Ross, I'm going to start with you. I'm curious to hear, what are you missing most from home?
Oh, I miss my mom. I'm sending love to her. I miss my dogs and my Salvador, and I miss pop culture. I want to know who won the Super Bowl and the Grammys, and is Trump still president? I just need to know. I want to know everything.
Okay, Omarosa, same question to you. What are you missing?
I miss my husband, Pastor John Allen Newman, so bad. I miss my mother, who was sick when I left. I hope you're well, Mama. And I miss my doggy, Bishop.
Very nice. Well, Ross Matthews, this is your lucky day. You're going to get your wish. I'm sure you're all actually wondering what's been happening in the outside world.
What? Julie, don't mess with me.
I am not messing with you. This is not a twist. A lot has happened in the world of sports, music, pop culture, and of course, politics. So how about we play a little game of true or false headlines? Oh my God. Nothing's on the line. This is just for fun. Okay. Just for fun, okay? All right. Is this headline true or false? With 8 nominations, Jay-Z wins big at this year's Grammys. Raise your hand if you think this headline is true.
Seems like a lot.
Ooh, a bunch of haters in there. Well, or you're very good at this because you're right, the answer is false. Jay-Z...
He didn't have any nominated.
No,
he was nominated.
He did have the most nominations, but he was actually shut out at the Grammys. Bruno Mars, on the other hand, went 6 for 6, taking home 6 trophies. Next headline, true or false? Blake Griffin traded from Clippers to Lakers in blockbuster deal. Raise your hand.
True.
Raise your hand if you think it's true. Raise your hand. Meta has 2 hands up.
I'm only following that.
Everybody has a...
Trust Meta.
The answer is false. Blake Griffin was traded to the Detroit Pistons. But in a last-minute deal, Isaiah Thomas was actually traded to the Lakers from the Cavaliers. We're giving you a little boost in the arm, Meta. All right. Next headline, true or false? Kylie Jenner's newborn daughter named Selfie Star.
No.
No way.
Raise your hand if you think this headline is true.
You know what? I believe it.
But not her name.
All right. Answer's false. Her real name is Stormy Webster, and her baby announcement on Instagram received a record-breaking 15.9 million likes. True.
Stormy Webster.
True or false?
She's like a 40s singer.
True or false? For the second time in 3 weeks, the U.S. government shuts down.
Oh, no.
Raise your hand if you think this headline is true. Omarosa was really fast with her hand going, I just want to point out. Answer is true.
Wow.
It closed at 12:01 this morning, but don't worry, in what was the shortest shutdown in U.S. history, it reopened before breakfast. Final headline. And by the way, you might be the only people in the world who don't know this one.
Come on.
Ross referred to it. True or false? Tom Brady leads game-ending drive to win Super Bowl 52 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Raise your hand if you think it's true.
Probably.
No.
Oh.
The answer is false.
Oh, yes.
Calm down.
He led a game-ending drive only to come up short. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, 41-33.
Wow.
Thanks for playing along, house guests. I'll be back with a live vote and eviction soon enough.
Eagles win.
Stay put. James Maslow and Chuck Liddell, their Big Brother lives are on the line. The power of veto could be their only hope.
Hey everyone, it's time for the veto competition. Put on your robes and let's head to the spa. No, look at you.
I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna take off my shoes.
We walk out into the backyard, and it's a gorgeous spa. There's a waterfall, a pond, a mud pit, giant noses. Ah! Who knows what's going on? I have so many nose jokes, it's just hard to choose which one to say.
Welcome to the Four Sneezins Spiritual Spa. To enjoy the healing power of veto, your goal is to spell the longest word with special crystals. Here's how it works. On go, make your way under the bridge and search for crystals with letters on them. Bring your letters back to your spelling station and begin spelling a word. You may only bring back one letter at a time. Once you're happy with the word you've spelled, press your button to lock in your answer and time. The person to correctly spell the longest word will win the power of veto. But beware, you only have 10 minutes to lock in your answer, so there's not time to waste.
Ow! Omarosa, you've done it again.
Don't worry, if you finish last, you may not be getting the veto, but you will get a treatment of Bigg Brotox. Okay. It's guaranteed to make you look younger than ever before. Are you ready to play the Four Sneezins?
Let's go, baby.
Good luck, my man. Good luck, brother. Best of luck.
It's so very important for myself or Shannon or Ari to win the veto so that we can have full control of the nominations and maintain power.
Very careful, I'm going right there. I don't trust anyone to take me off the block, but I'm a fighter and I'm used to going alone. Losing is never an option.
I need to win this power of veto and save myself from the block. But I'm about to go against the girls' alliance and Chuck Liddell in a veto competition. I don't think I could take Chuck Liddell in a fight if I had a baseball bat. But head-to-head in a spelling competition, I might be able to beat him.
On your marks, get set, choose!
I actually thought that this was gonna be like a great day in a spa, but this is definitely one of the most gross things I've ever done. I'm trying to pick the nose, get the letters for my word, and all of a sudden, I really think I should speak to the owner of this spa because this is not okay.
Oh, it's a shame because his robes were cute.
Yes! So we have to go find letters in this nasty mud bath and bring them back to our station, and whoever spells the longest word in 10 minutes or less wins.
It seems like there's a plethora of letters.
I've never had any issues with spelling. Spelling is pretty easy for me. So I don't think this competition is going to be too difficult if I have all the letters in the alphabet, but finding those letters is probably what's going to be the biggest challenge.
James reminds me of Peter Pan and that, like the way he skips around. He's like,
Are you kidding me? That is so gross.
So I have a really long word in mind, but with a really long word comes a really big risk. I'm risking that 1, I can't get all the letters back in time, or 2, I can't even find the letters that I need to spell the word.
I want to spell sprain. I need a couple more letters. I'm looking for an R, I'm looking for an I. I need to find this.
Chuck is crushing it.
For this comp, I have an idea of my strategy. I think I'm gonna grab as many letters as I can, stockpile them by the bridge, and then figure out what I'm going to spell. I did tell James if I won the power veto, I would pull him off the block. So I really want to win.
I can't see anything.
Yes, Keisha, yes.
I'm picking through these noses. And I'm looking for an S. I'm looking for anything that I can add to my word to make it longer. Being a mom, there is no snotty or sticky situation that I can't handle.
Ari, put some letters on your board. Ari, put some letters on your board.
I'm trying to find every single letter inside this horrible mud, and you know, I'm trying to spell the word warning. And I'm going to the noses and I'm getting every single letter. Oh my god, this is going inside my mouth. It tastes like gluey, like salty. I don't like it.
I have never been happier to have not been picked for something in my entire life. They're all rolling around in the mud and splattering, getting dirty.
Let's go, nerds. Let's go, nerds.
Who are the nerds? Yeah.
They're all nerds. They're spelling.
Can you please throw that R back? Can you put that R back?
For the life of me, I cannot find the letters that I need. I see Shannon has an R. I ask her to put it back into the mud.
That's smart. Do that, Keisha. Do that.
I'm pretty convinced that the girls are helping each other out. No one is helping me in this comp right now. I'm just fighting for me.
Oh my God.
Time is running out, and I decided click in early.
Go, 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 go.
Ari, spell a word. Spell a word.
Oh my God.
Spell a right word. 1 minute, Ari. Come on, Shannon. Come on, Ari. I see you. I see you, Ari.
Dig, 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 dig.
Oh my God, look at Chuck. It looks like a bulldog. I see Chuck start digging like a bulldog. Just like digging. He doesn't stop.
I realize I haven't organized all the letters on my board. And with the mud on the letters, the L's and the T's and the I's, they all look the same. There's almost no time left, so I buzz in, and I'm just hoping and praying that I've spelled this right.
Ari, just spell what you have.
Warning.
All right, let's see how everyone performed. Ariadna, let's start with you.
I tried to spell warning.
I'm sorry, Ariadna. That is an incorrectly spelled word.
Okay. But I couldn't find the N.
Why? All she had to do was take off the A, hit the button. Ari is so sweet and pretty.
All right, Mark, what word did you spell?
Well, I think we have a winner. I spelled some.
Some.
Thank you, madam.
Congratulations, Mark. That is a correctly spelled 4-letter word. Mark is currently in the lead.
Now, it's not a very long word, but at least it's something.
All right, Keisha, let's see if you can beat Mark's 4-letter word.
Primed.
Wow. Congratulations, Keisha. That is a correctly spelled 6-letter word. You have just taken the lead. All right, Shannon, let's see if you can beat Keisha's 6-letter word.
Wow. The word I spelled is responsibilities.
That is a correctly spelled 16-letter word. You are currently in the lead.
I wonder.
I think I just witnessed something supernatural. I mean, how? How did you get 16 letters? There wasn't even 16 letters in the spa. We're all bummed.
All right, James.
I attempted to spell family, but I dropped my Y.
I'm sorry, James. That's an incorrectly spelled word. Shannon, you're still in the lead. All right, it all comes down to this. All right, Chuck, let's see if you can beat Shannon's 16-letter word.
I spelled span.
Chuck, that is a correctly spelled 7-letter word, but unfortunately, it's not enough to beat Shannon. That means that Ariadna and James are tied for last place and will be receiving the Bigg Brotox treatment. Shannon, you have won the power of veto. Come on over.
Oh, I don't want to get together. Look who got the veto! Who has all the power? We do, the ladies. Now we just have to decide what we want to do with it.
Meta, 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 meta.
So I just lost the veto competition. This kind of sucks. That would have been what kept me safe in the house this week. And on top of that, now I've got to do this big Brotox punishment with Ari. I have no idea what that means, but it doesn't sound good.
Coming up, Shannon's veto victory means her alliance remains in control. But with so many strong personalities, can they agree on how to use it? Then later, it's time for the very first live eviction of Celebrity Big Brother. Who will be the first famous face to be sent home? Who would have ever believed that an alliance formed on night 1 would begin to ravel?
You guys, that looked like it sucked.
It did.
Can I just ask, was it fun at all? Nothing fun. Okay. I just have to ask.
I'm so excited that Shannon has won the power of veto because it was the last piece of the puzzle to ensure that my alliance holds all the power this week. I want to talk to Shannon about taking Chuck down, putting Mark up, still getting rid of James. Because Mark, with his whole I'm gonna save James business, he needs to feel a little something. Chuck is more malleable to work with.
To me, I don't care what order.
No, but we want to hear. Do you agree?
If I had won the power of veto, I would warn against it. Simply because Shannon has Chuck and James pissed at her, right? So then she goes in and she goes, okay, Chuck, you're down. Now, Mark, you're going. Now she's got Chuck, James, and Mark pissed at her. Somebody explained to me why taking Chuck off the block and putting Mark up, if you're gonna send James home, makes any sense. But ultimately, you're HOH and she's POV, and if that's what you guys decide to do, I will support it 100%. Sorry.
No, we're just asking for your opinion.
I'm actually agreeing with you that it's fine. What are you hearing that I'm not saying? Because it sounds like you feel like I'm saying something else.
No,
I'm
I
saying
just heard
if
you
that's
say
what
I
you
don't
wanna
care.
do.
Like it, you know.
No. He was saying no. Wait, what?
I was saying if I had won the power, I wouldn't do it. Like that's not what I would choose. But if that's what the consensus, of course.
Oh, got it.
Absolutely. I'm sorry if that was unclear, Omarosa, but that was what I was trying to say.
Okay, everyone, I need y'all to take a breath.
Hey, girl, hey.
So, I just had something I was just throwing out. What if we took Chuck down and put Mark up instead? Not to send him home. We still send home James.
Just to scare him.
Just to scare him a little bit.
And he's a vote for James.
And he's a vote for James.
Agree.
But the other thing about it is you'll have one other person upset with you, but what can he really do to you?
They're all gunning for me right now. They're not giving you any credit for you putting them up. They're still blaming me. If I use it on Chuck, I would like the opportunity to try to make amends with Chuck.
I'm gonna just say this because I love you. You're talking me, I, and there's an alliance here.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, that's the Omarosa I've seen on TV. Took her a while to show up.
I just don't think you're listening to the group.
Shannon keeps saying me, I, what's best for my game. The more I see Shannon focusing only on her game, focusing on just herself and getting herself further in the game, that's not really good for my long-term strategy. And I always have to look out for me.
Okay, then I won't talk to him.
You know, like we said we wanted to stick together as women. Let's not lose sight of what we said we wanted to accomplish. We have our children looking at us. We have other little girls who are aspiring to be where we are looking at us.
Hello, I'm over here. Yoo-hoo.
Let's just let the best woman win.
May the best woman win?
You're still considered a girl right now.
You saw the penis.
I know I do.
You have my word. I won't say a word. You're absolutely right. I'm wrong. I apologize.
It's not a right or wrong thing.
No, but I apologize because you're right. I wasn't considering everything and everybody. I just spoke too soon, so I'm sorry.
Oh my God, don't cry. I will beat you.
No, just
like I will beat you.
Remember when I
Oh my God. Why is everyone crying? What is going on?
It's not a right or wrong thing. That's what we do. That's why it's like all of our heads coming together to come up with the best solution and come together because, you know, these 7 heads together are better than one.
I want to hug her. I want to hug her so hard. But I also want to say, girl, pull it together.
That's a dumb idea. Let me just say this.
How horrible I am.
Why would you put another person up and get another person mad at you? And Omarosa goes, we just asked how you felt, Ross. I go, that is how I feel. But I just smiled because I'm like, take me to 7. But
Yeah.
we want all women to get to, like, I'm right here. May the best woman win. Marissa and I weren't like this. Okay, Hapa. That was shocking. She's too good at this game to make that mistake twice.
I am a great friend of Ross's. I absolutely adore him. The way that people are discounting him in the room as if he were a piece of garbage or didn't exist, an inanimate object, is so disrespectful and so painful and hurtful. I'm just shocked.
You know, Marissa will cut her in a heartbeat when it comes down to 3 people. Just pretend like it didn't happen. Girl, hocus pocus, change your focus. But what they were saying in that room was, we'll take care of each other, and you. And it made it very clear that I was a number to them that they would dispose of. Once we were down to the 7, they would dispose of me.
I don't trust my alliance right now. No. I trust that I'm not a target of my alliance until the other boys are out. But as soon as they're out, my head is going to be on that chopping block.
But I'm also used to being discounted every step of the way of my career, and my life. I mean, growing up in a farm town, discounted since day 1. And so it was that experience. And if people are seeing that for the first time, me sitting in a room being discounted like that is something that has happened my entire life.
I really feel for Ross because my whole life I've known people who have been marginalized. And I know that no one's trying to do that to Ross, but by saying a woman to the end, that's what we're doing to Ross. I want us as Celebrity Big Brother to show that we are evolved as a community in here. And I'm shocked by how much we aren't. It makes me question my alliance.
They can discount me and I will survive at the end.
Not sticking up for Ross felt like I was letting down my community more than just this game.
And poor Shannon was crying. I felt so bad for her. Like, she just got responsibilities in the yard.
And saved you all your assets.
Saved everybody.
I know.
Shannon.
She's so sweet.
I love her.
She won't be here long though. And it's a shame because she should win the whole thing. I'm gonna smile through next week. I'll smile through the week after, but we will know the time that it has come that we need to do what we need to do.
Oh,
and it's gonna be a day.
I have been in rooms many, many times where people underestimated me. And I let them because I have every intention of coming out on top in the end. I'm gonna let them underestimate me all the way to the finale.
Oh, it's gonna be a scary ending.
Up next, with the first veto decision looming, things get heated and emotions run high. The Alliance of 7 holds the power of veto, but deciding how to use that power might just tear them apart.
James, Ariadna, please go to the diary room.
Okay, we're going.
Because we came in last place in the veto competition,
We get the extreme pleasure to get the Bigg Brotox treatment.
for the next 48 hours,
We get to be
babies.
Who wants to see our Bigg Brotox treatment?
Oh my God.
Let's go! Oh,
yeah.
Come on, baby.
She looks cute. I look
cute.
ridiculous.
You actually look very cute.
Well, thank you.
Those blue eyes. Your blue.
They're hazel, but thanks for noticing.
Oh, sorry.
Why are y'all on the floor? We have to crawl on our hands and knees for the next 48 hours.
Yes! Yes!
Hands and knees everywhere we go, and when they do the crying baby noise,
Every time that sound plays, we have to suck on our bottle. That's not true.
It was funny. The bib is cute, but it's not like we're eating a bunch of crabs. Take that bib off.
I hate you.
I love it.
I thought we were young before, but
This is not even remotely close to what I thought the Big Brother experience was gonna be like.
We can lift them up and put them in a high chair.
This is gonna be rough.
What should we name our babies? Ariadna and James. Nope.
Don't use the bathroom. You just go. You just go whenever you feel like it. It's part of the perks.
I'm brushing my teeth. You got that from me, bro? Yeah.
James is like the cutest baby of all time. You need your bottle, James? Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
Go.
Dada. There we go, there we go, there we go. Yay. Okay.
They haven't taken care of baby Ari.
Here comes the airplane.
Oh, it's like a big girl.
They are feeding me. They do everything for me. Even James.
Do y'all have to be together?
No, but I'd like a little moral support, so we're gonna be together.
He wants to be with me.
This is my baby. Come on, baby. Get on top.
Oh my God.
Got it? Can babies have a showmance?
No.
I had a really good conversation with Chuck. I feel like James and Mark are a greater threat.
Interesting.
What is your feeling on that?
I love it. They're gonna be very surprised when they look up, and
Yes.
it's a Black Girl Magic finale.
Absolutely.
Like the ceremony is happening.
No, it's just that they
Are you
gonna use Scotty show.
Huh?
Are we still gonna use?
It's whatever she wants. It's whatever Keisha wants.
You should be careful. I just feel like using it is scary. It scares me because it calls attention to you, and to be quite honest, you have a lot of attention.
Right now, Keisha and Omarosa are running the show, and they're making Shannon do something that's gonna hurt her in the long run. And I need Shannon on my side when the alliance crumbles. I wanna let her know using the veto is only gonna put more blood on her hands.
It's almost like she's making me go back on my word to put a bigger target on me.
And I still think that Chuck's a bigger threat than Mark.
Then I'll talk to Keisha and say, can we have one more meeting? I feel like I have to do whatever the group consensus is, or then the group turns on me.
I'm not gonna say anything at that meeting. I don't know if you remember the last meeting we had. I said something and Omarosa jumped down my throat. Because before you walked in, I said, what does that accomplish? Putting another target on Shannon. And Omarosa.
That's what she's trying to do. Ross brings up a really good point, and he's right. Why is Keisha fighting to keep Chuck in the house? And why should I get more blood on my hands?
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. But that's just between you and me, okay?
I wanted to talk to you and see what you thought, but I feel like, if everybody's okay with it, I would rather just not use it. Because I've been thinking about it, and I feel like there's no reason to risk getting more blood on either one of our hands. And, I had told Mark in the very beginning, you're not going home, don't worry, blah, blah, blah. And I'd rather just not, with that right now.
I thought we'd agreed, but if that's not what you want to do, that's your decision to make.
The alliance collectively decided to use the veto on Chuck to put Mark up instead. However, Shannon had a change of heart, and I'm a little annoyed.
I'm a little surprised. I'm glad we circled up. I thought we had agreed.
I thought we
So I'm just processing that you.
I know. I'm just having second thoughts, so I want to see what the group wants.
So, this is our thing, and it needs to be what the majority of people want to do.
Look at the benefit of taking Chuck off and putting Mark up and having Chuck more aligned with us.
But then you have to have a conversation with them first, I think.
I don't think you have to have it first. I think that the action alone will create a space of us being able to work more with Chuck.
we might not be as like targeted.
There's no taking the target.
There's no taking the target off. The target is there, period.
We don't have an option of saying, below the radar, da 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 da. They've already stated who their targets are. And you know it's you know it's me.
What kind of alliance is this? I have Keisha and Marissa jumping down my throat, wanting me to use the veto. Ross is telling me not to, and he's not backing me up. And I'm just getting in trouble for expressing perhaps another opinion.
There's very little that you can do in a game this expedited to send messages before it's too late. And then we look up and the boys win HOH 3 in a row, and half of us are home.
But if he's on that 3 in a row and we save him, he's still gonna harbor
Girlfriend,
resentment.
Brandy, you and I are still first on the block.
I get it, but I'm saying.
Me, her, you backdoor.
Back up, bitch. Omarosa bulldozes, and she's bulldozed most of the people in here, and they're afraid of her already. I'm not. I have her shoes on right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm wearing that bitch's shoes. She's my bitch.
I'm just letting you know that as a women's alliance, we have to take our emotion out and we have to play as aggressive as the boys do. If we don't make big moves early, we may not get a chance to. This is a chess game.
Up next, Shannon and her allies are at odds. So, at the upcoming veto meeting, anything could happen. Big Brother superfan Shannon Elizabeth is struggling with what to do. To veto or not to veto? That is the question. Thank you.
See, I didn't want to have that discussion without talking to you first.
If you were going to change your mind, I wish I would have known before we were sitting there.
I wasn't. It was actually presented to me today. And maybe it's not the best move for you. And I'm like, started thinking about it. I'm like,
from Brandy?
No, it wasn't actually from Brandy. It was someone else in the group. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, but you know, it's just gonna put more blood on her hands, on my hands. Why are we putting a target on us when we need him to play ball with us anyway?
Who's advising you? No one knows the game better than you and me. No one in this house knows the game better than you and I. I'm telling you, ultimately, if the guys win, we're going on the block. The only card that we have to play is that we're willing to go toe-to-toe, not retreat. Let's scare the hell out of Mark so that he'll think twice. I do know war strategy, and I love this move that Keisha's proposing to put Mark up, make him uncomfortable. It's called shock and awe. I mean, that's what you have to do to your opponent. You have to shock them, catch them off guard, and force them to make a dumb move. You don't allow them to meander around the Big Brother house, making coffee and eating donuts. And that's what Mark is doing. If I learned anything in the last year, I've learned this. You don't retreat, you reload.
What?
Shannon,
I don't understand. What am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna share something with you I don't want you to even share with her. I think she already talked to Chuck.
After that, like, I'm scared. I want my mommy.
She did talk to him.
That, to me, that means she made a deal with him. I thought that every decision we make should be a group decision, because if I say I'm not doing it again, that's an I move again.
I thought we had agreed to do it. And at first I heard that you had changed your mind. You didn't even come to me and we're in an alliance.
I was hoping she changed her mind.
She hasn't. We're playing the game, but we gotta play smart.
If I say something, I'm wrong. If I win too much, I'm wrong. I can't win. Like, I can't get it right, you know?
You're doing amazing. Don't cry. Shannon's losing it. You know, she's just completely unhinged. And I'm thinking, who have I aligned with? Like, is she stable enough to go the distance in this game?
Sorry.
Don't, please don't.
I just want to go.
On one side, I have Keisha and Omarosa pushing me to use the veto. On the other side, I have Ross saying, you know, it's probably not the best idea to use it. It's really hard when you feel like you're being pulled between two sides, especially within your own alliance. I'm really hoping I make the right decision. Hey everyone, it's time for the veto meeting. This is the veto meeting. James and Chuck have been nominated for eviction, but I have the power to veto one of the nominations.
Go on. No, you do you. Understand? Let me hold you up. You go. No, keep going. I'm fine. You go.
I want to give both nominees a chance to tell me why you think I should use the veto to save you. James.
Okay, I don't think I'm allowed to stand, so I'll kneel. Well, I've had a lot of fun getting to know everybody and yourself as well, Shannon. I think I've proven that I'm a good sport and that I really want to continue to play this game. I also did not use the bag, which I said I wouldn't, and I was a man of my word. So hopefully if I get to stay, you can see a little bit of trust there. And, you know, I think I'll be a good ally for whoever can come to trust me, Emily. Thanks.
Chuck.
Well, I've also enjoyed getting to know everyone here. I'm having a great time with y'all, killing time. Grabbing the bag is just, you know, I'm playing the game. I'm trying to win, and I can be a great ally in the future.
I have decided not to use the power of veto. This veto meeting is adjourned.
Hey, Curtis. Omarosa, no. She wasn't going to use it before.
This was a tough decision because ultimately I had to do what was best for my game and not just what Keisha and Omarosa wanted me to do. I just hope I made the right decision.
I feel that not using the veto is the better move for Shannon's game versus the Alliance's game. Shannon is trying to get off clean with the least amount of blood on her hands. It also kind of shows even more so what someone is made of and where they stand.
I'm not surprised, but anybody who knows me knows there is not a single chance in hell that I will go out of this house without a massive fight.
Up next, we sit down with Big Brother winners Ian, Derek, Nicole, and Josh to find out what they think of the game our celebrity house guests are playing and get their picks for who they think will win it all. Then, it's the first live vote and eviction. James Maslow or Chuck Liddell? Who will be the first house guest sent home? They played this game and they won this game. But what do these four Big Brother champions think of the celebrities' gameplay? Please welcome Ian, Derek, Nicole, and Josh. Welcome back to the stage. A lot has happened. It's only the third episode. Let's dive right in. Derek, I want to start with you. You've been watching the show. What has surprised you the most so far?
Well, being that these people are in the public eye, I'm surprised at how quickly they've forgotten that there's cameras around and how fast-paced this game is going. They win in day one, and they're already gaming. It's impressive.
And Omarosa, you were saying in the commercial?
Yeah,
break?
Omarosa, the fact that she's already, I thought there'd be an NDA or something in effect, but clearly there isn't, and that's better for us, right? It's better for us.
Given how fast this game is being played, Josh, how would you do in there?
I think I'll be going nuts again like Meta. Yeah, it's a lot of
Pots and
gameplay.
pans.
Yeah, pots and pans, calling everybody meatballs. I'm really impressed by how much gameplay in 3 episodes it's going on. They came to play, and it's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Nicole, who is unnecessarily making themselves a target right now?
Shannon, and I love Shannon so much. And she's a beast. Everybody in the house knows she's a beast, and that kind of stinks. But I mean, she just won a veto. She didn't have to win, and it was 16 letters. 10 would have been okay. So.
So just showing off a little bit, playing too hard.
And she just needs to lay low, but I like her a lot.
All right, Derek, what do you think of this turmoil in this alliance of 7?
Right, that's always the issue with a big alliance. You have, especially in a house like this where everyone has strong opinions, strong egos. The one thing you don't want to do is be the leader of that alliance. So whoever's in it, you want to fall to the back of the pack and let the top kind of fight it out, because they're going to eliminate each other, and you can cannibalize, let them cannibalize themselves and get to the end that way.
Ian, you totally agree with what you're hearing?
Absolutely. I mean, the person who's leading the alliance and is just at the forefront, you're going to be the one nominated if the other side gets in power. So I definitely agree with Derek.
That's a huge target, yeah.
Well, the women so far are running the game. Won HOH, won the veto, controlled the gift bag twist. What is your take on what is going on with the guys' half of the house, Ian?
I mean, the guys really got to get their heads in the game. I feel like the gift bag thing, they played it totally wrong. They needed to get in there, get in the diary room, and start trying to open their bag, because as soon as they let the girls have that, one guy was definitely going home.
So Chuck played it right then, you think, Ian?
I think all the guys needed to play their gift bag, because they needed to give themselves the odds to have the chance to open it.
Josh, you mentioned the crying. Last season, we saw you almost throw in the towel. You were missing home. You were very emotional, but then you went on to become the winner of Big Brother 19.
Yeah.
And last night, we saw, on last night's episode, Veto missed his wife, wanted out. What does he need to do to pull through?
Yeah, I think we can all agree how hard it is in there and how much you do miss your family. 1 week feels like a month. But I think if he's able to turn it around and make it strategy where people think, oh, Veto wants to go, let's keep him in the house, he might make it far enough to be able to make some moves.
Was that part of your strategy?
Yeah, and it played out good, so.
All right, final question. We're going to go down the line. Who do you think has what it takes to win it all, and why? Ian, we're going to start with you.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. If James survives this vote, I think he's going to win the game, because if he can get that solid anchor down and just get past this week, he's going to go deep.
Are you rooting for him?
No, definitely. I'm rooting for Ross. I want Ross to win.
You want Ross Matthews. All right, Derek, who do you think has what it takes?
I'm a fan of Shannon as well, but she's a huge fan. I hope she pulls it out. But I actually think Marissa has the best chance right now. The only person they're not talking about as being a threat is her. And that's where you want to be in this game, when they're not talking about you.
Are you rooting for her?
But yeah, absolutely. I love that little story with her and her son. I mean, that was genuine. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Nicole.
I agree with Derek.
Always.
No, I love Shannon. I hope she can pull through, but I think Marissa, she has a great personality. I think she's in quite a few alliances, but she's not the head of any of them, which is really good. And she's playing the game that I kind of wanted Shannon to play. Nobody really knows she's a fan, so I'm Team Marissa right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Josh?
I was rooting for Shannon, but I think she's painted a huge target on her back, and it's going to be hard to get rid of that, but Ross Matthews for sure. I think that if he's able to work both sides...
Is that what he's doing right?
Yeah, he's doing it right. I think if he could get in more with the guys and keep working the girls, he has so much information coming his way that he might have a chance of winning. I'm rooting for him.
Well, thank you all. It's great seeing all of you again. Let's hear for them. When we return, Shannon left the nominations in place, which pits allies James and Chuck against each other. Who will be the first celebrity to leave the Big Brother house? Live eviction night continues. For James or Chuck, who will be the first celebrity evicted? That depends on whether Shannon and Ross are able to flip enough votes. Is a blind side in the works? We're live, so anything can happen. Let's head back to the living room and find out. Hello again, house guests.
Hi.
Well, it is now time for the live vote and eviction. James, Chuck, in just moments, your housemates will cast their votes to evict live. But before they do, you each have a final chance to sway their votes with one brief statement. James, you're first.
Alrighty. First of all, hi to my family and fans. Hope you guys enjoy my new single, Falling. To you guys.
Falling. We love
To you guys, thank you. Seriously, I I stand up here very humbled and filled with gratitude to have got to know each and every one of you guys over the past week and a half. I really hope to continue to get to know you guys and continue to play the game. And the only thing that I can really say is anybody who allows me to do that and votes for me to stay, I will do my best to return that favor. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, James. All right, Chuck.
Well, hi, Gwenny, Charlie, Danica, Heidi. Love you guys. Anyway, it was great meeting all you guys. Getting to know you has been fun. I've had a lot of laughs. I haven't laughed this hard in a long time. But I hope you guys decide to keep me here. I think I can help anybody out. All the people that vote for me, I will try to help you stay here as long as you can. I'll be a good partner. So I hope you guys vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you both. All right, it's now time for the live voting to begin. The two nominees are not allowed to vote. Keisha, as head of household, you will only vote in the event of a tie. One at a time, the rest of you will enter the diary room and cast your vote to evict. Brandy, you're up first. Please go to the diary room. Brandy has been at odds with James from the moment they moved in, but is she on board with Ross and Shannon's plan to send Chuck packing? Hi, Brandy.
Hi.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Chuck.
Thank you. Ariadna bonded with James as a baby, but she's also a member of the original alliance that was targeting him. What will she do? Hi, Ariadna.
Hey, Julie, you look amazing.
Thank you so much. Please cast your vote to evict.
Okay, I sadly vote to evict Chuck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Omarosa has been dead set on sticking with the Women's Alliance to evict James. Will she follow through tonight? Hello, Omarosa.
Hi, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict my dear friend, James.
Thank you. Feeling like the low man on the women's totem pole, Ross has led the charge to flip the house and vote out Chuck. Is that still his plan? Hi, Ross.
Hi, Julie. Hi, you look pretty, by the way.
Thank you so much. Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Chuck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Meta considers both James and Chuck his friends. It's anyone's guess what he's about to do.
Would you be my Valentine? Maya, would you be my Valentine? Love you, baby.
Hi.
I vote Chuck.
Thank you, Meta. Marissa was originally on board to vote James out, but has she changed her mind? Hi, Marissa.
Hi, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I sadly vote to evict Chuck.
Thank you.
I love you, Zeb.
It's official. With 5 votes to evict Chuck, Chuck will leave the house tonight. But let's see how the other votes fall. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Chuck.
Thank you.
Love you, Simon and Peanut.
Mark was willing to save James if he won the veto. Does that offer extend to his vote? Hi, Mark.
What's up, Julie? How you doing?
Please cast your vote to evict.
I sadly vote to evict my man, Chuck. Love you, Light and Hartley and Karn.
Thank you. All of the votes are in, and with 7 votes to evict, Chuck will be the first house guest evicted from the Big Brother house. The house guests have only just finished voting in their first live eviction, and by a vote of 7-1, Chuck is about to be evicted. Let's head back to the living room and give the news to the house guests. House guests, the votes are in. When I reveal the vote, the evicted celebrity will have just a few moments to say goodbye, gather his belongings, and walk out the front door. By a vote of 7-1, Chuck, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Nice to meet you, man.
See you after. That's for Mama Rosa. Can you kiss Ella Bella for me? Please.
I will.
Tell them you want to do the Amazing Race. Don't forget. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, Chuck.
Amazing Race.
Love you, buddy. Good job, Chuck. Take care, buddy. Yeah. Give it up, dude.
We love you.
Chuck. Be good, man. Congratulations, Chuck.
You did it, baby. You did it.
Look at that. Look at change. You just changed, you guys. Look at that.
Fallen.
Look at that. It's black and white. Black and white.
Oh, wow.
Good meeting you, Chuck. Good job, buddy. Oh, Chuck Liddell, man. Round of applause.
Chuck is great.
Chuck, 7-1. Were you surprised?
Not really. You know, I think it switched last night sometime. I don't know. It was kind of one of those things. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but I guess I wasn't as good at the social kind of game as James was.
Do you think that's what it fell down to?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what exactly I did wrong, but there's a lot of things I look back, I second guessed what I did, but I don't know.
You did make a real effort. I mean, the gift bag could have, do you think it cost you your game because suddenly all eyes went on you? The agreement was no one was going to use it, and then you rang the bell.
She never actually asked me if I was going to use it or not. She just told me everybody wasn't going to use it. So, but yeah, I should have said something. I think I should have said something to her with what my plan was, but it is what it is. I thought we needed to change the numbers if I wanted a shot at winning the thing. So.
The guys kind of left you hanging in the kitchen when you rang the bell to do the gift bag. Had
yeah,
they rallied with you?
I wasn't. I was pretty sure I wasn't counting on them doing anything. They were kind of, everything separated right away, and then they kind of just were kind of twisting, trying to hide and trying to make it through the first week.
Your social game was actually pretty good. We saw you trying to bond with the women when you realized they were kind of running the show. You went up to the spa day, you got an avocado facial, some press-on nails.
Yeah.
Why didn't it work?
You know, I don't know why it didn't work. You know, I don't think this is my game. I really want to be on Amazing Race. You guys think that was more game.
Who's your partner?
My wife.
All right, I think you have a good shot. Listen, you already know this, but as an evicted celebrity house guest, you're part of the jury and get to decide, you get to vote who you think should win this. But unlike a normal season, you actually get to go home, so you get to watch everything. What are you going to be looking for as you try and decide who deserves to win?
You know, for me, it'll be real simple. I can just go look at the previous episodes and see how they treated me and who was straight with me and who wasn't. You know, that can cost them.
That's what it'll boil down to.
That'll cost them. You know, honestly, if someone plays a great game, I might vote for them too, because I think there's
Who's playing a great game? Who do you think has the best shot at winning?
Shannon, has got a good shot. I mean, she's great at the game. She's a big fan of the game. She understands it real well. She's tough. She's mentally tough and smart. I mean, James has got a shot, and you know, I wouldn't count anyone out. There's some really good game players in there.
In the event you were the one evicted tonight, your housemates taped some goodbye messages. Let's watch over my shoulder and listen.
Chuck, if you're seeing this, then everything has gone terribly wrong. We never had any intention of getting rid of you. Some folks flipped in our alliance, and that's terrible. I will miss you.
Chuck, if you're seeing this, I am so sorry, and I can't wait to meet your family, and I had so much fun with you in here, and hopefully we can hang out outside.
Charlie! Hi, I'm so sad that you're gone. Know that everything that I've said to you has been truth, and can't wait to see you soon. Mwah.
Chuck, this was unexpected and last minute and is no reflection on the regard with which I hold you. I'm sorry this happened. We had to make a move in this game, and unfortunately, it means you had to leave. I hope you'll forgive us. Bye.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, you know, I had a good time. It was a lot of fun. Haven't laughed that hard in a long time, so it was a good time.
Did you or did you not have a side deal with Keisha?
Did I have a side deal with Keisha?
Did you have any deal with her?
deal I had with Keisha was if she broke a tiebreaker that I wouldn't put her up the next week.
We'll see you back on finale night, and we're going to see you Monday on The Talk, and we'll talk more about your experience after you watch the tapes. Chuck, thank you so much.